I'm Celia Pearce. I'm the co-founder and festival chair of IndieCade, and I'm also an associate professor of game design at Northeastern University.
Very cool. So can you tell me a little bit about IndieCade?
IndieCade is an international game festival that takes place in Los Angeles, actually Culver City, part of LA, every year. We cover both board games and digital games, as well as big games and performance games and installation games and every kind of thing you can possibly imagine. A few of our finalists are actually here at Boston Fig as well, so it's cool to see those showing here. And yeah, we have our festival every year in October.
Very cool. Do you have like a submission process for how you would get accepted to IndieCade, or?
Yes, all the submissions are done online. We have an online database system that people can submit their games to, and we have different categories that people can check when they submit. And if you have a digital game, usually you can either have a download link, or if you're already published, you can put a Steam code or an iPhone code or whatever. If you have a game that's more like a board game, you have to mail it in. Or if you have an installation or some other kind of site-specific game, what we'll do is we'll find out if it's been at any other events, and then we'll have jurors review it who have either already played it or we'll send them to play it. Sometimes we run special sessions where we'll have, for instance, multiplayer single-screen games, or we've had a number of big games where like the facilitator will come and run the game for one of our jury sessions.
Very cool. And you said it's in October, so it's coming up soon?
It's coming up really soon. It's October 9th through, I can't remember the
yeah,
dates.
that is really soon.
9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, something like that. I should have done my homework.
No, that's
Yeah,
right.
so it's the second weekend in October. And yeah, it takes place over 4 days. The first day is something we call the Indie Exchange. Anybody that submits to IndieCade can get into the Indie Exchange. It's kind of a marketplace for indie developers.
Okay.
And what we do there is we have some special workshops. It's like a summit, basically. We have special workshops for things like alternative funding models or how to market your game and things like that that are super practical for indie developers. And then we do matchmaking with our sponsors. So we'll set up basically meetings. If we think your game is something that PlayStation Network would like, we'll set up a meeting. So it's kind of a way that we try to help the indies, get in touch with funders and publishers and people like that.
It's really cool that you help out the indies like that.
Yeah, we feel like it benefits everyone. A lot of our sponsors sponsor IndieCade because they're looking for developers and games to publish, and so we thought we're helping everyone that way, really.
Yeah, definitely. Is there a website for IndieCade?
Yeah, it's just IndieCade, IndieCade.com. And our submissions are going to open probably in mid-February. People in the Northeastern region also might want to come up to New York for IndieCade East, which usually takes place around Valentine's Day that weekend. I don't know where we're holding it this year. We've held it at the American Museum of Moving Image the last couple of years. But that's kind of our more regional East Coast event. So.
Kind of like the same submission process for it on the West Coast?
It's all games that came through the submission system, and sometimes they're games that were in the festival, sometimes not. Sometimes we just pick regional developers whose stuff we like. It's sort of mostly curated games. Our festival is about half the games in the festival are picked by jurors, and then we also have some curated sections as well.
Very cool. You have a Facebook and a Twitter as well for?
Yeah, I think everything's just IndieCade. So yeah.
Very cool. And you said you're also a professor at Northeastern?
Yeah, my day job as of 2 weeks ago is I just started teaching game design at Northeastern. I'm working on the game program there, which is a collaboration between the computing and the College of Art, Media and Design, art design department. And then there's a couple of other schools that are involved as well. We kind of are treating game design as an interdisciplinary field, which it really is. And I'm coming in to help build up the art side more. It's been pretty heavily focused on the computing end of things up until now. So I'm working on how do we do more game art and game design classes, and also really helping people learn more about games as a fine arts practice. I've done a lot of curating of exhibitions in addition to IndieCade, and I'm very interested in how nowadays young artists are coming up, and when I was younger in the 70s and 80s, they wanted to do video, right? Video art was the thing back then, and now young artists are interested in making video games as an art form, so that's really exciting.
Yeah, is it a pretty new program at Northeastern?
Yeah, I think it's been going for 2 or 3 years now, and they've just been slowly building it up and adding faculty and building different aspects of it. They've had a very a lot of programming classes and that kind of thing, as well as analytics. And now we're moving into doing some more arts-based stuff and also more qualitative research, so filling that section out a little bit more.
Very cool.
It's fun. It's a really great group of people. And we're very interested in obviously supporting the indie community here in Boston, and hopefully some of our students will end up in it. And I think there's actually some Northeastern students here, in fact, already.
Awesome. Well then, what have you seen at the festival that you've really jumped out and really liked so far? Is there anything that really sticks out as really cool?
Well, I was really happy to see 5 Tilt Factor games. Tilt Factor is Mary Flanagan's lab at Dartmouth, and she and I are really good friends. We go back many years, and I was actually on the advisory board for the Values at Play project, which is where those games came from. And they look beautiful. It was really great to see them here, and it seemed like people were really enjoying them. Probably the coolest thing I saw down there today was the game about books that was designed by an 11-year-old girl.
Oh, that's really cool.
On the board game side. Yeah, it's a really cool game where she designed it for her grandfather because he said he didn't like board games, he'd rather read books, so she made a board game about books. And it's basically a bookcase, and there's books, and then you have to, you have a bookworm, and you hide the bookworm in one of the books, and then the other player has to guess which book the bookworm is, and they have to ask questions. So like, is the book green? Is it on the top shelf? Does it have a robot character in it, or whatever, until they find that worm. It's a really simple, cute little game.
Yeah.
I guess Ad Magic is actually producing the game too, so they're going to publish it. So
That's really great. Yeah.
And then over in the digital games area, I saw a couple things that were cool. I really like this game Nog, where you it's like a little monster, and he has an inside and an outside. They look kind of like little spaceships or little submarines or whatever. And when you go on the inside, you can do different things, and then it changes the outside, and you have to play back and forth on the front and the back of it to basically solve the puzzle. That was super cool. I also saw a really neat game, and I'm totally blanking out on the name, by a guy who I can't be more than 18 years old. A really neat little puzzle game that you had to move little color sections into, like, there were areas of a particular color that you had to move, but they would get more and more complex. It's really nice. I tend to like games that are different, that aren't kind of the standard genres that everyone else is working in. But that's just me.
Yeah, everyone has their preferences.
Yeah.
So do you have like your own personal Facebook or Twitter? If somebody wanted to follow you, or
people can follow me. I don't tweet that much, but my Twitter handle is GameGirl, GameGrrrl. And then I'm just Celia Pearce on Facebook. So yeah, every once in a blue moon. I usually tweet around IndieCade though, because the IndieCade social media person makes me do it.
Yeah.
I'm too busy to tweet.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, or anything else?
I
really
think it's
cool?
been really neat to be here and see what the kind of regional people are doing, and also so many attendees. Really, really a lot of people playing games. I mean, everything that I looked at, there was a line pretty much at every game, so it's really amazing. I think they've only been doing this for 3 years or so, and it's really great that it's so successful.
Yeah, hopefully we'll keep growing.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thanks for
enjoy
having
the
me.
rest of your class.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.